Iowa is a place where old men die and young men come to be. No boy has ever come to Iowa and stayed. The ones that do aren't young. They pick fights and wear hats made for truckers. The women are home-like, some days. On others, dishes fill the sink and rain pours. Families here stay here because if they were to leave, all the dead men would be wasted. At least that's what the fathers tell their sons looking for bigger things in the city. Those farms house pigs and cattle and even ride horses, they'd say. But you don't really see any red barns. I wasn't there long. I stayed 4 years and wasn't all that sad leaving. It's an average place with average people, but they were tough. Tough enough to insist that a couple of dive bars and one tall building warrant city ship. They probably deserved it. Because Des Moines was modeled after Las Vegas. A stable boy, actually. In a visit, he had cheap sex and smoked cigarettes. This is it, he thought. But on the way back, he lost all his sense over spilled whiskey. Neat, of course. It's not big or flashy. They worship cattle and cats fill the streets, he said. Men grow up and then move out. Women settle down. Girls are born here but leave. I'm off to marry a bigger man in a bigger town, to raise a bigger family in a better place, what they tell their fathers. Only to end up here many men later living the quiet life. It's not as flashy as she wanted, neither as big. The barn door's rusting again, she tells the maintenance man. Or at least that's what she calls him when he slaughtered the cow. He does honest work for an honest living and even gets to enjoy his whiskey. Neat, of course. He makes sure his coffee is just as bitter. Here, you can't take it any other way, unless you want a quick exit, which most do in time. Because bitter is no longer a problem but a pinnacle. The worse a man can take, the more of a man he is. The more she loves him. Now, coming to realize it's for those very reasons she admired her father. The bitter helped, but that was his vice, and her only regret. She thought the way he wore his hat was funny, at least before the liquor took him, getting underneath his skin for a tall pressed man from out of town. What she didn't realize was his ransom was from the grave. He dug it behind the rusted barn door. Back when he was just a boy, young and yet to grow, said his mother. He had similar dreams once, but for a woman just like him. His father, same as him, drank it to the devil. And one day the liquor took him to his angel. Later, after she went to all the places and had seen all the things, she found the boy. She saw him again. He thinks that's why they're married. Lucky for him, the reason isn't quite the same. Neat, of course. But for him, this was a dream.